Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Vihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradari, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradari, Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Yeah. I'm looking at Radhashama Sundar and Giriraj. I have a Giriraj Sheila in front of me. Pictures of Radhasham. Yes. I'm not in Sri Vrindavan Dham now, but hey, I got Govardhan with me, so I'm good. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6. Okay, let's do this. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So the third stage is to practice the prescribed rules and regulations of devotional service. This will dissipate all sorts of misgivings and remove all personal deficiencies that hamper the process of devotional service. You just got to be consistent with your devotional service. And then, over time, you'll get there. Consistency is everything, right? And it's just a universal principle. You got to consistently read, hear, and chant. Just like I'm showing up every single day and I'm reading, I'm here, I'm chanting. Okay. I don't have to do this. I'm doing it. Why do I do it? Because I have a taste. How do you get a taste for Krishna consciousness? Well, it's the Lord's mercy, really. If the Lord gives you a taste, then it's the Lord's mercy. And you can associate with devotees, people that actually have a genuine taste. Associate with those people, and that's a way you can get taste. But at the end of the day, Krishna, God, He gives you the taste, or He doesn't give you the taste. Everything comes from God. So when all misgivings and personal deficiencies are removed, there is a standard faith in transcendental matter, and the taste for it increases in greater proportion. Oh, I was just talking about taste, and there we go. So when all misgivings and personal deficiencies are removed, when you really get rid of your bad habits, and all you do is like when all your bad habits are removed, all your anartas, and you're just, then that's when you're going to have that real taste. That's why you got to find your joy. You got to find your joy, your peace, your happiness in Krishna consciousness. Stop trying to find it outside of Krishna. Right? That's the problem. That's why we're in this material world, because we're trying to find happiness outside of Krishna, but all the happiness comes from Krishna. So stop seeking, you just got, it just takes time, because we're materially conditioned, myself too, where we're still chasing after happiness in this material world through fame, money, sex, entertainment. We're still searching for happiness there instead of searching for happiness in Krishna. So you gotta this is what I do, at least. I just okay, I'm going to find my happiness in chanting. I'm going to find my happiness in reading. I'm going to find my happiness in Harinam Sankirtan, things that are related to Krishna. That's where I'm going to find my peace. That's where I'm going to find my happiness. Okay. I'm not going to try to find it in other places. Now, am I perfect? Am I like free of all material propensities? No. But that's kind of like my mindset. Okay. Um, this stage leads to attraction. After this, there is Bhav, or the prior stage of unalloyed love for God. All the above different stages are but different stages of development of transcendental love. There's a whole science to it. Like it's broken down in like different books, like like the stages of devotion and stuff, right? All the above different stages are but different stages of development of transcendental love. Being so surcharged with transcendental love, there comes a strong feeling of separation, which leads to 8 kinds of ecstasies. Tears from the eyes of a devotee is an automatic reaction. Because Sri Narada Muni in his previous birth attained that stage very quickly after his departure from home, it was quite possible for him to perceive the actual presence of the Lord, which he tangibly experienced by his developed spiritual senses without material tinge. Text 17. Pramatibara nirbina. Pulakango tinirvrita. Ananda samplavelino napaisham ubayamune. Translation. O Vyasadeva, at that time being exceedingly overpowered by feelings of happiness, every part of my body became separately enlivened. Being absorbed in an ocean of ecstasy, I could not see both myself and the Lord. Purport. Spiritual feelings of happiness and intense ecstasies have no mundane comparison. Therefore, it is very difficult to give expression to such feeling. Okay, you can't really compare spiritual happiness to what we call happiness in this world, right? So it's a different thing. We're all searching for happiness, and people are searching for I know how people are searching for happiness because I've done it myself. So I get it. Like people are searching for happiness in the opposite sex. They want love, they want family life. They're seeking it through like entertainment. Why is the entertainment industry so popular? Why are movies and series and music so popular? Because people are searching for happiness there. People are searching for happiness in food. Okay, I have a problem with that, as you can see. Like people are searching for happiness in food, right? But you know what happened with my search for happiness with food? Lately, I've been having like some serious health problems because of overeating, right? I've had like a lot of internal pain because of overeating. So I'm searching for happiness from food. That's what I'm doing. I'm being straight up honest. And because of that, what do I get? I get a lot of pain because I've gluttony. It's called gluttony, when you overindulge in food. That's something I've been guilty of. Okay. So I had to go to the doctor recently because, and the doctor's just like, so doc, like what's wrong with me? He's like, you gotta stop eating so much. Right? Shame, shame. But that's my point is like people are searching for happiness in entertainment, food, the opposite sex. They're searching for happiness in all these external things instead of going inside and finding happiness inside. Search for happiness in the holy names. Okay. And like Srila Prabhupada used to say, like, it's like jaundice. Okay. When you have jaundice, you're not like the cure for jaundice is sugar candy. Okay, even though but it's going to be bitter because you have jaundice. It's going to be bitter, but eventually it's going to taste sweet. So the reason why people don't chant Hare Krishna consistently, the reason why people don't, read from Srimad Bhagavatam and do all these devotional practices consistently is because they have no taste for it. Because they have no taste for it, they don't do it. But the only way you're going to get taste for doing these things is by doing them more. And I know this from my personal experience. Like when I go away, when I stop chanting, when I don't like add like spirituality, Krishna consciousness to my life, I just don't feel good. But when I start like when I chant consistently, when I chant every day and I read every day, I feel balance in my life. Okay. Like I feel good. That's why like I do it out of selfishness kind of too. Right. Like chanting Hare Krishna makes me happy. Like reading Srimad Bhagavatam, talking about Krishna makes me happy. But the pure devotional service is when you don't care about your own happiness and you're just chanting for Krishna's happiness. Now, am I at that level? No, I'm not at that level yet. I'm not. I'm being honest. But like the gopis, right? Like there was a time when Krishna had a headache, and Krishna said the only way you can like cure my headache is by giving me the dust from the lotus feet of the gopis. Okay, and something like that. And the gopi is like, he needed the dust from the feet of his devotees. So like they went around like trying to get dust, but nobody wanted to give the dust from their lotus feet to Krishna because they would consider it offensive to put the dust, like Like you don't put someone's feet on your head. It's disrespectful, like in any culture, right? So like the only people that were willing, the only devotees that were willing to give Krishna their dust, their foot dust, were the gopis. Because and even though like I think Narada Muni was asking for the dust, they're like he was like you can go to hell for giving your foot dust to God, but the gopis like we don't care about hell, we just care about Krishna. We want him to feel good. See, that's pure love. So that's what we aspire towards. We can just have a glimpse of such ecstasy in the words of Sri Narada Muni. Yeah. I mean, sometimes have you ever experienced a little bit of bliss, a little bit of ecstasy in Krishna consciousness? I mean, I've been practicing for 20 years, so yeah. Most of the bliss, the highest levels of bliss that I've ever experienced is in Harinam Sankirtan, public chanting and dancing. I had so many blissful moments with that, which is why I was interested in that. And it's also the Yuga Dharma is the most spiritual activity you can do. So like I like to use my brain. And if it says in the scriptures that the most powerful spiritual activity that you can do, the most beneficial activity in the universe is public chanting and dancing, well, my brain is I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to do that then. And not only that, but I also got the highest feeling of spiritual ecstasy from public chanting and dancing. So not only did my brain understand, okay, this is the highest activity, like logically speaking, but like from personal experience, I experienced the greatest amount of pleasure in my devotional life from Harinam Sankirtan. That's why I was so fanatic about it. Which I rubbed people the wrong way because some Hare Krishnas they don't believe in Harinam Sankirtan as much as I did, or do and still do. So like we had butt heads. They'd be like, no, book distribution is better. I'm like, oh no, it's not. And then we had butt heads. That's just how it is. Yeah, I get it. Every devotional service is absolute. It's on the absolute platform. Yeah, but at the same time, the Yuga Dharma is the Yuga Dharma. Okay. We could just have a glimpse of such ecstasy in the words of Sri Narada Muni. Each and every part of the body or senses has its particular function. After seeing the Lord, all the senses become fully awakened to render service unto the Lord, because in the liberated state, the senses are fully efficient in serving the Lord. So, yeah, in this material body, we're not fully efficient at serving the Lord. You need a spiritual body. That's why when you go back to Godhead, if you're so lucky, you're gonna have a spiritual body where you can properly serve the Lord. You can like with this material body, like Srila Prabhupada says, you got to make the best use of a bad bargain, right? After seeing the Lord in all the senses, oh wait, as such in the transcendental ecstasy, it so happened that the senses became separately enlivened to serve the Lord. This being so, Narada Muni lost himself in seeing both himself and the Lord simultaneously. Okay. Text 18, Rupam Bhagavato Yatan Mana Kantam Shucha Paham Apashyan Sahaso Taste Vaiklavya Durmana Eva. Iva. Translation: the transcendental form of the Lord as it is satisfies the mind's desire, the transcendental form of the Lord as it is satisfies the mind's desire and at once erases all mental incongruities. Upon losing that form, I suddenly got up, being perturbed as usual when one loses that which is desirable. Yeah, if you lose something that you desire, it's annoying, right? Like if you had a lot of money and then somehow you lost it, you'd be disturbed. I've had this personal experience, so I can relate to that. That the Lord is not a formless purport, that the Lord is not formless is experienced by Narada Muni, but his form is completely different from all forms of our material existence. For the whole duration of our life, we go to see different forms in the material world, but none of them is apt to satisfy the mind, nor can any one of them banish all perturbance on the mind, except for the deities. These are the special features of the transcendental form of the Lord. The one who has once seen that form is not satisfied with anything else. No form in the material world can any longer satisfy the seer. That's true. Because like when I see Radha Shamba Sundar and Sri Vrindavan, the deities at the Krishna Balaram temple, there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that. So yeah, it's true. Um that the Lord is formless or impersonal means that he has nothing like a material form and is not like any material personality. Yeah. God's God, he's nothing like, he's not, you can't compare God to any person in this world. Some people do that, and that's where they make a mistake. As spiritual beings having eternal relations with the transcendental form of the Lord, we are life after life searching after that form of the Lord, and we are not satisfied by any other form of material appeasement. See, we're searching for God. Like we want to see God face to face. Like that's what we're searching for. So we're not going to be happy. We're not going to be satisfied until that happens. Okay. Nothing in this material world will ever satisfy you. It will not. You'll have some temporary satisfaction. That's it. Just like when you like enjoy a meal. Okay, you have some temporary satisfaction with that meal. Maybe it lasts 30 minutes to an hour and then it's over. Okay, and then you're going to chase after your next meal. But nothing can fully satisfy you in this world. It's just not possible. The only way you're going to be satisfied is by associating with Krishna, the personality of Godhead, associating with God in person, face to face. That's the only way you're going to be satisfied. How are you? So that's why you got to take devotion. That's why you got to take Krishna consciousness seriously. If you're not, you're just not going to be satisfied. You're going to be dissatisfied until you actually see Krishna, God, face to face. That's the only time you're ever going to be satisfied. You're not going to be satisfied chasing after things in the material world because everything is temporary. Even if you get what you want, it's going to disappear. Even if you become a billionaire, you're going to die. Even if you fall in love, you're going to die. Like, I mean, death is there. So everything is removed at death. So that's why you can never be happy in this world. So don't even try. Don't even try. It talks about that in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Don't even try to be happy in this world because you can't. Just focus on being happy in Krishna consciousness. Just focus on being happy chanting and dancing. Just focus on being happy going to Sri Vrindavan Dham or worshiping the deities, right? Like the 5 angas of devotional service, deity, worshiping the deities, the Dham, visiting the holy Dhams, devotees, associating with devotees, the holy name, and what is it? I forgot the last one. Nam Dam. Oh yeah, reading the Bhagavatam. Yeah, Bhagavatam. So like the Bhagavatam. Right? Okay, those things. Focus on being happy doing those things, and then your life will be perfect. There, I gave you everything you need to know. So, Hare Krishna. Um, yeah, I already read this. I actually read this yesterday. But I read it again, and it doesn't matter because the Bhagavatam's always fresh. Narada Muni got a glimpse of this. Okay, we'll move on to the next page tomorrow. All right, my friends, you just got spiritualized, whether you like it or not. You're welcome. Hare Krishna. Got spiritualized again. You're welcome. Now let's chant. Let's think of a new tune. Oh yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radha Shamasundar, Jaya Sri Vrindavan Dham, Jaya Tulsi Maharani, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Muna Devi, Jaya Sri Vrindavan Dham, Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo, Nitai Gora Premanandi, Hari Haribo, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Sham. Hare Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna every day. Do it for your soul. Do it for the benefit of other people. Hare Krishna.